If you don't live your values, your kids won't either. Right, let's cut the fluff here as we enter this new part of the workshop. If you don't live your values, your kids won't either. It's as simple as that. You can say all the right things, you can quote every motivational book, you can post about family values on Instagram, but if your child doesn't see it in your life, they won't take it seriously. And that is why the O in the core system stands for ownership of values, because your words don't raise them. It's your example that will raise them. Let me ask you this very plainly. What values are you trying to pass on to your child? Is it respect? Is it discipline? Is it resilience? Is it courage? Is it kindness? Now, all of these are great values to have, but here's the big question. Where do they see you living that? Because if they don't see it, they won't actually believe it. So, a quick exercise you can do right now is write down the 5 core values you want your child to embody as part of your family values. Then next to it, write down where they see it. Not where you live it yourself, but where they actually see you live it next to it. And see where things link up. If they don't see it, they won't believe it. Kids don't inherit values through things like lectures and correction. They absorb them through lived experience. And that's what experience starts with. It starts with you. Let me tell you what I see all the time in my work with families around the world. A parent will say to me, I don't know why my son is lazy, or I don't know why my daughter is always talking back to me. They will say things like, I don't know why my child doesn't take responsibility. And I'll then ask, what do they see you doing when life gets difficult for you? How do you speak to your partner, your wife or husband, when you're frustrated? Do you follow through on the things you say? And that's usually when it clicks for a parent. Now, I don't expect an answer when I ask these things. I'm just trying to highlight the process in which their child is learning objectively. Their child is looking at their parent in those moments to learn how they need to live in those moments themselves. Kids don't copy what you say. They copy who you are and what you are. So here's the part that can often sting a little bit for parents, but ultimately it's freeing and it's the only way forward. If you want your child to live your values, you have to be willing to live them first. What does that mean? It means that if health is one of your core values, they need to see you train. They need to see you eat healthily and make obvious decisions around that in front of them. If discipline matters, they need to see your morning routine. They need to see you doing hard things every day. If kindness matters, they need to see how you treat everyone else, not just them. If courage matters, they need to watch you do hard things and not avoid them. So, you're essentially, the way I like to see it, is you are the living syllabus of their belief system. They're not listening to your words. What they're doing is they're studying your life. So let me give you an example from my own home of one of our family values that we try to cement. One of our family values is discipline. It's not punishment, it's discipline. Discipline to do the things you said you were going to do, even when it feels inconvenient or it's uncomfortable. So when I train early in the morning, my kids know I'm not doing it for a six-pack, I'm doing it because we live by that rule. We do hard things. And sometimes I'll say to my kids in the morning, I'm really tired. I don't want to go out on this walk or this run. I don't really feel like going to the gym. And they'll say to me, oh, you don't need to, you can stay at home. And I'll say to him, no, because in this family, we do hard things. There it is. That is the exact moment in which you pass on that core value to your child. You don't hide them from the reality, but you use it as a light bulb moment to shape their values system. When they see me out there in the home gym or doing something challenging, sweating and moving and pushing through tiredness and fatigue, that's really key. They don't need to see a TED talk on motivation. What they're watching is the value that I want them to have themselves and embody in action. And here's what essentially happens. When they see that, they internalize it. It becomes normal. Effort then isn't a punishment anymore. It's actually part of our family culture. And here's the trap so many families fall into. They talk about values instead of actually living them proactively. They bring up respect when someone's being disrespectful. They talk about honesty after a lie. They mention courage when someone's being timid. But values aren't just damage control. Values are the blueprint for who we are as humans and who we're becoming. So your child needs to understand that these values need to show up before the problem. They need to show up in daily life, in conversations, in rhythm. That's how values work. So how do you actually live out your values in your home? Here's a really simple framework that I use with hundreds of families who are trying to shape this core part of their family culture. The first thing is you define your top 3 values. Don't overthink it. Just pick 3 things that actually matter to you and that you want to see in your kids. Maybe it's respect, courage, and consistency, or truth, kindness, and grit. Now, choose what's real, not what just sounds impressive. Because here's the key. I want you to define what they will look like in action. What do those values actually look like in real life? Well, respect could mean we don't interrupt. Okay. Courage means we speak up even when it's hard. Grit means we finish something we've started. Give it a shape, make it visible. That's the key thing here. The next step, number 2, is to live them daily and visibly. You don't have to say, I'm being courageous now, but make your habits observable. Let your kids catch you in discipline and let them overhear you making the hard choice. Let them see you speak with honor, even when you feel tired yourself. Be intentional about making your values loud through your actions, not just through your words. Number 3 is to talk about them in reflection. So this is key. At the end of the day, bring it up. What did you do today that was kind? What did you show that was courageous? What challenged you, and how did you respond to that challenge? Now, these questions don't just build conversation, they actually build and shape your child's identity. They help your child see themselves through the lens of your family values. And over time, they start to lead with them on their own. I remember we had one student here at the Warrior Academy, and this student, the parents would say that this student used to lie constantly. They were a great kid, but they couldn't tell the truth. He couldn't tell the truth to save his life, basically. His parents started to get quite frustrated, and they kept calling him out. They were punishing him, they were grounding him, nothing worked. So we decided to go a slightly different route as we were mentoring this child working with the parents. And we stopped punishing the lie and started highlighting instead honesty. Every time he told the truth, especially when it was hard, we praised it, we reinforced it. We made a really big deal out of him telling the truth. And his parents did the same thing at home. They started modeling honesty too. So they started owning their own mistakes out loud, loudly in front of them. They started saying things like, I was wrong, and apologizing when they snapped. And guess what? This little boy changed, not because of punishment, which was happening before, but because of the value that became real in his home. He didn't just hear it, he saw it and he felt it and he lived it. That is a perfect example of what ownership of values looks like. You don't outsource this to teachers. You don't delegate it to apps. You live it visibly, daily, consistently. Because if your kids don't learn values at home, they'll pick them up from somewhere else. And it might not be the values you'd choose as parents for them. Now, here's the best part about all of this. You don't need to be perfect. Kids don't need perfect parents. They need authentic parents. When they see you fail, apologize, try again, and what that would do is it would teach them more than any quote on any wall, any motivational speech would ever do. They're seeing it in action. They're seeing that value in action. So start small. Pick one value. Model that one value this week. Talk about it, reflect on it, and watch what starts to shift in your family. So, before we wrap this part up, let me ask you, what's one value that you want to make louder in your home? And drop it in the comments, just one word. And what I'd love to do is to build up a list of values right here together underneath this video. And finally, if you haven't subscribed yet to this video, make sure you do so you don't miss the next videos, the next parts that are going to be coming to you. Because next, we're going to be hitting R, repetition builds identity. That's step 3 of the core value system. This one's really powerful because basically it's where everything gets anchored. We're over halfway now through the workshop, through the core method. So let's keep building, and I'll see you there.